thank you for the spirit this morning. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, right here in Menifee Valley. And we've all come together as one mind, in one consciousness, in one with the Spirit. We all know why we're here, many different reasons, many different desires, many different hopes. And they're right here in this very room today. So, before we get started with our regular service, it's time to hear what's going on in this community, socially and spiritually. And here to do that is our core president, Mr. Dave Minier.
Good morning, everybody. How are we?
Good morning.
Pretty wonderful. I love that. Pretty wonderful. Before we go any further, I would like to say I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. And if you will please turn to somebody and let them know that you are glad that they're here, that would make the day even better. I'm glad you're here. All right. Well, I'm glad you are all here. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Menifee Valley. We are a new thought community based on the teachings of Ernest Holmes, which revolve around the power of positive thinking and the law of attraction. We are glad you're here. You are welcome here no matter where you are in your spiritual path. And in celebration of August and our global theme of love, do we know what time it is? Do we know what time it is? Okay. One more time? Or no, that's okay. All right. So I'm going to say an affirmation. As we know, I say this every week. Absolutely is the most positive affirmation you can choose. It is full of love and acceptance, and I love the Word. We all love the Word. So when I say something to you, I want you to say something back to me. And do we know what that is? Absolutely. All right. Is love more than a feeling? No. Absolutely. Do I choose love over fear, over judgment, and over division? Absolutely. When I act with kindness, am I lifting the world? Absolutely. Do I see spirit in everything and everyone around me? Absolutely. Then we rise today, not alone, but together, on the wings of love, grounded in unity and powered by truth. So now I ask you, are we rising together today? Absolutely. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand. Absolutely. All right, on to the announcements. Please silence your cell phones. As we know, Dave, they are what? Contagious. Contagious. Cell phones are contagious. One goes off, they all go off. Next week, our speaker is going to be Reverend Robin Plant. She's a great speaker. She's from Unity. So it's nice to have different flavors. Community events inside your bulletin, you're going to find a list of community events that are happening here at the center. If you were able to make it this last Friday, we had an amazing country guy. I know last week I made the country comment. I didn't mean to offend anybody if I did. He was actually a very talented musician, and it was a great, and the food was delicious. Upcoming events, so we got a bunch of things coming up. So the first one I'm going to say is on September 14th, after service, we are having a spirit-led planning circle here at the center. So basically what we're doing is going to be coming together for a special conversation about the future of the center. Now I know that sounds ominous. It's not in a bad way, it's in a good way. We want to know what the membership wants and what people want moving forward. So there's going to be a short questionnaire to capture your thoughts and ideas, and then we're going to have an open discussion about everything. So make sure you stick around for that. It's going to be around 11:30 on September 14th. A light lunch will be provided, so nobody can say, "Oh, I'm just hungry, I don't want to stick around." Oh no, we'll give you food. We'll give you food, don't worry. Also coming up, We are flipping the script for September, for our September potluck. So when I say flipping the script, usually we have nice lunch, nice something like that. This one's going to be breakfast themed. Yeah, I see the smiles. Breakfast, the meal that you can have any part of the day. We were talking about this. Nobody ever has dinner for lunch or dinner for breakfast. I have breakfast for dinner all the time, but nobody ever has. Isn't that weird? Why not? Anyway,
That's what breakfast used to be back when it was invented.
yeah, you broke fast
And the cereal companies came in and convinced us we should have those carbs.
in the mornings. So bring your favorite morning dish to share. Think pancakes, fruit salad, breakfast casserole, muffins, croissants, donuts, basically anything that pairs well with the gallons of coffee that we will be making to drink. There's something else too that's breakfast related.
Quiche.
Quiche is the breakfast.
Love it.
So, Brian, quiche. Quiche. I'm a huge fan of quiche. I love quiche. And it never fails. Brian always brings a delicious quiche. Also, we have coming up, we have a group coming up next month called Sister Healing Sisters. And we actually have the facilitator here today, and she's going to tell you a little bit about the class. So,
Hi, hello relatives. My name is Chriselda Varela. I'm new to town, but I'm not new to the community and healing the community. I've been organizing for the last 10 years. And essentially what I've seen is no one is healing each other. No one is modeling what love and light is. And so I'm so fortunate that I have the opportunity to have my own dark night of soul, to then utilize my gifts and talents to bring to the community with medicine. With that being said, I will be co-hosting with my girlfriend Sonia Hoffman, who I met at a women's healing circle. And we thought what a beautiful opportunity to bring that type of safe space, no judgment, really sisters healing each other. We're the ones who carry the burden, and as a big caregiver, it is time that we start pouring into our own cups. So I'm very excited that the Centers for Spiritual Living has given us an opportunity to host such a beautiful event. So I definitely join you, your neighbors, your friends, and invite whoever else that you think is in the need to be in a safe space to heal. Thank you all.
and that is starting on Wednesday, September 10th, right?
Yes.
The plan is to be the second Wednesday of every month.
Every single month.
All right. And we also have, in the works right now, we're talking about a men's group as well. Gotta have a women's group, gotta have a men's group. It kind of goes hand in hand. And we have Scott here, who is the one organizing. You want to say something about what you're proposing?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Just for background, I used to publish a metaphysical magazine called Radiance for 5 years. And in the different places I've lived, I've started a men's group. And I do it because women do it at the drop of a hat. I mean, they know. And whether it's crochet circles or my ex-girlfriend is at a group called the Goddess Group. And the women support each other through divorce or relationships with narcissists and all that good stuff. So men deserve the same. We deserve to come together as well. And there's a loneliness epidemic out there. There's men who don't even feel heard in a house full of people or appreciated. A lot of men can count the times they've been complimented on one hand in their whole lives. So it's interesting because I read the program about Sisters Healing Sisters. And that inspired me not just to have something like the men's group or the spiritual men's group, but I like men supporting men, men appreciating men. So I'm going between those right now.
Perfect. Well, and when you have the more solid information,
Yeah.
we will be glad to do it. Thanks, Scott. Also coming up, this month is almost over. It's right there. We're right on the cusp. That means not only are we having a potluck on the first Sunday, but it also means the first Wednesday we have our drum circle, our community drum circle, facilitated by our very own White Feather. This one's going to be on September 3rd at 6:30 here in the sanctuary. Again, it's unlike anything you've ever been to. It is drum circle, live music, sound bath at the end. It's amazing. Brother, you want to say something about it real quick?
You know, everybody knows this is my favorite time of the month. When I was a little kid, I told like 4. I know my mom crazy. I took every pot and pan out of her house and was drumming. I was a little kid, but drumming brings us back to the essence of life, Earth Mother Gaia. No matter where you go in the whole world, you may hear different languages. You don't understand it. When you hear that drum, you understand it. So we'll have the chief down here from the Pachanga tribe. Sister Bear will be with us with our sacred drum. My dear brother Cliff Kreitz will be back with us this next month here. And we got some new music for you. We've been working very diligently in the studio. We're working on 3 different CD projects at the same time. And we'll have live music for you. And then we'll end it all off with a relaxing sound bath. So I'd like everyone to come out, bring your neighbor, and bring the little kids. We got djembes that big. I try to tell everybody before, this is where it all starts when you're a little kid. So as you get older, and you're like 14 or 15, instead of wanting to do anything, they go, hey, there's a drum circle across town. Let's go over there. So I expect to see everyone here with your bright faces, and I'll be here in full spirit. I got special food for everybody this month, so I'll see you there on Wednesday.
Again, that's the first Wednesday of every month. We've not missed a single Wednesday, and we've been doing it. I believe October is going to be our third year anniversary. And if you know about our anniversaries here, especially the drum circle, we always have some sort of cool event. I think last time we had pizza. I think it happened, yeah. So it's going to be fun. We're going to do something big for it. But again, September 3rd, 6:30 here at the center. Make sure you stay after service today for coffee and treats. If you have a prayer request for the week, please place it in the prayer box located underneath that portrait of Ernest Holmes over there, or you can see Eloise for more information. Also, for more information, you can visit our website at cslmp.org. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. As you know, algorithms are a thing now. So when you like or share our post, your friends see it, they share it, they like it, their friends see it, and it's an avalanche effect of the kind that we all love. So for more information, you can visit our website. And now, before I intro Eloise, it's time for me to get off this stage. So please repeat after me: open minds, open hearts, open arms, open at the top. Thank you all. Have a great week.
Just take a deep breath with each gong. Let the resonance invade your body. My chant this morning is the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. And on this beautiful Sunday morning, it's still summer. my favorite season. It's still warm. And we're still here in the presence of God, recognizing that God is everywhere, but He feels specifically in our center. And that means in your center. Within you is the presence of God, that divine energy. The healer, the creator, where you go to find your answers, and they are always there. Because all our trials and tribulations, we step one step up, and God gives us the answer. God heals us, and God is our power. And God is love. And that feeling that we have deep in our hearts, that love, that is also God. In my gratitude for the awareness of the almighty presence of God within me, I release my word into the law of mind, accepting, acknowledging, and being so in gratitude. And together we say, and so it is.
In this attitude, in this feeling of meditation, we get a furniture mover. Thank you, Hollywood. In this moment of meditation, we have a special guest this morning. Mark Codell is going to give us our Science of Mind reading. Mark?
Yeah, Bill came up to me a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, do you want to read this? And I go, no. And see if you can get this joke part of it. He said, do you want to just raise up out of your seat and read it? Or do you want to go up front? And he said, well, if you go up front, say something nice about me. That's good. So, anyways, he was going to tell you a little bit about me. I'll tell you a little bit about me, just because I already had it written down. Okay, I've been coming here for several months now, actually. And I really have enjoyed Bill's readings and explanations weekly. And so I went out and bought the Science of Mind book. And this is, well, let me say a little bit more about Bill. I got this written down. I think Bill is a wonderful person. And he expresses himself so well, doesn't he? You know, really. And so I fell in love with the guy. And his talks every week. I like the way he comes up and hits it. And I really respect Bill. So anyways, I've been coming here for a while now, and I have a couple of things to say first. Let's see, I've been coming a couple of months. The edition I have of this book is actually two books in one. One written by Ernest Holmes in the 20s, and one in the 30s. And the 30s, Ernest Holmes, Time. This is some stuff I wrote pertaining to this little bit that I've read of the book already. And I've written a couple other books too. I think Virginia there gave me another book to read. It was along the lines of this, very nice. But let's see. Okay. The 30s, Ernest Holmes' times would be much like the times today. This is just me thinking about what I've read so far. And there are just two sentences that came with, that might pertain to this reading. And so I paraphrase a little bit, just on my own, and then I'm going to do the reading. And I don't want to bore everybody, so this is some stuff I just came up with, so I wrote it down, so here it is. The material in the Science of Mind can be timeless, much like the universe is today. I found a couple of sentences that might pertain to this reading. There is a universal law of life and a law of the spirit. The whole is just an accumulation of all of us. The universe does its own correcting. Those are just some things I came up and paraphrasing my. So now I'm going to do the reading, and that's it. This is paraphrased from the Science of Mind. We may emphatically state that we believe the universe exists for the expression of spirit, and that we exist for the self-expression. Oh, I did want to say also, I was supposed to read this last week when Bill had his talk. So this pertains more to last week than love. We do not exist for the purpose of making an impression upon our environment. We exist to express ourselves and through our environment. There is a great difference. It is not necessary to leave a lasting impression on this environment. It is not necessary at all. If we should pass on tonight, it is not necessary that anyone should remember that we have ever lived. I don't know exactly what that means, but the only thing that means anything, that while we live, and wherever we go from here, we shall keep on living. Well, okay. It is quite a burden lifted when we realize that we do not have to move the world. It is going to move anyways. The realization does not lessen our duty or our social obligations. It enables us to do joyously and freely that which we should do in our lives. With this in mind and believing there is a law of spirit, a universal law of life, which multiplies our abundant gifts, it is our Father's great pleasure to give you the kingdom. Therefore, we must know that we are spiritually a success. We are already abundantly supplied with everything that we need. The potential of all things exists in the universe wholeness. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, Mark. And I believe most of what you said. Today we are truly blessed. This is a fabulous day. We've had so many expressions, women's group, men's groups, children's groups. That's the one I want to start, a children's group, so that we can all be children again. And quickly, I want to read something that I came across. God's time for your demonstration is now. Right now, right now, right here, right today. God's time for your demonstration is now. The time God wants you to be healed is now. The time God wants you to be in your true place is now. God is ready the moment you are. And that's why you're here today. And most of you came here because you have something within you, something that needs to be released. And we have a guest speaker today who has something inside that needs to be released. We're talking, not him. We're talking about Dave Friedman, whose topic today is the turbulence of love. Dave Friedman. Don't encourage him, don't encourage him.
Good luck. There you go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Yeah, you are. I didn't need to be here. Are we uplifted enough? This has been quite a day with everybody. Nice job. I think a lot of what he shared probably would be men's group fodder, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so good on you. You make people think. That's what we love about what we're doing here, is we get an opportunity to think, try and figure out what it is that works for us, and then we have the support to actually put it into place in our lives. Isn't that great? We actually get to live the way we want to. And how do we get to decide what we want? We think and we feel. And I'm totally getting off of my thing here, but that feels great. Talking about, this month is all about love. Life is all about love, really. I'm going to talk a little bit about love. Love is a 4-letter word. But you can say it in front of your family. It's a beautiful thing. There's a woman by the name of Maria Popova. further I live, the more deeply I learn that love, whether we call it friendship, family, or romance, is the work of mirroring and magnifying each other's light. Mirroring and magnifying each other's light. This kind of brings up that idea of individuality versus duality. We are all one, yet as our own people, as our individual humans, you know, we have this oneness. But when we magnify each other's light, we're actually magnifying our own. Time for a new battery. And it's still nice to have backup. So when we magnify each other, we get an opportunity to lift each other up, right? Which is different than lifting each other upright.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll stick to my notes. As spiritual beings having this human experience, isn't that really what we're here for? Aren't we here to help each other, to learn who we are, to know who we are, and then to see that in each other, and help each other along the path? And then when we do that, we get involved in that world that works for everyone. And that helps us all to become one again. And that's kind of a beautiful thing, isn't it? So how can we do that? Because quite honestly, sometimes the path gets muddy. Sometimes we get in our own way, sometimes we get in each other's way, and that's just what happens. We're only human, right? We forget that we're loved. We forget to be loved. We forget that everyone else is loved. And then what happens is we get caught up in the minutiae, the details, the emotions, stuff that gets us off the path. And that's okay. It happens. We're human. I want you to continue to remember that, because we are living this human existence in the middle of being a spiritual being. I think you said something about the fact that we never really die. We pass this way. Let's make it really cool. How can we get back on that high road? How can we get back on that dry road to help each other? One way might be to start with respect. Thich Nhat Hanh says, true love contains respect. So how can we build a consciousness of respect, and with it, the foundation for a greater capacity and a greater consciousness of being able to love not only ourselves, but other people? One way to build that respect muscle is to listen to the person when they're talking to you. Pay attention to who's in front. What a great way to communicate with each other. Do you ever really feel that people listen to you? Isn't that something? There's a couple of examples in the world. I think Bill Clinton's one of them. I think Tom Hanks might be one of them, where you hear people say, I met this guy, and in the middle of everything that's going on in the world, while we were having that conversation, I was the only person in the room. There's that connection. That's a beautiful thing. That's a God space. That's a connection, a heart connection that we can give to somebody else, to uplift them, to remember them, to remind them who they are, and that one moment that they were really, truly listened to, they remembered that moment for the rest of their lives. That's how powerful something like that is. When you're talking to somebody, more importantly, when they're talking to you, listen. Be there, now. Nothing else matters for a minute. How about if we treat our friends and our partners like they're a guest? Just something? We treat our guests better than we treat our family, right? Here, let me get you something to eat. Yes. You know where it is. Treat everyone with the same kind of respect. And, you know, we might actually want to treat ourselves with that same kind of respect too. But a little focus and a little care can show the love, can overcome this turbulence. Because Because underneath the turbulence we see, if we want to use the ocean as a metaphor, the turbulence is really up on top. That's what we see. We see the waves. We see the energy. We see the motion. But what's underneath that? Calm. Love. The foundation for your relationship. We should always remember that. Because this is life. It happens. And it passes. But this doesn't. Try to stay in the love. You've probably already heard this, but you're going to hear it again. This piece from Corinthians. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things. It believes all things. It hopes all things. It endures all things. It's a great reminder. It just is. And it supports us, and it forgives us, it endures us. And sometimes that one's a challenge, right? Another way to plant and nurture this idea of love in our minds so that we can become this is use a mantra, a constant little reminder during your day. Something like, love is here now. Love is here now. Say it first thing in the morning. Love is here now. With your coffee. Yeah, love is here now. When you're talking to a challenging person, love is here now. Sitting in traffic, one of our great teachers, love is here now. And you say it, and you say it, and it starts to get in. And then you become that which you continue to support. Do you love what you do? No, we just do what we gotta do in life, right? Do you love where you live? Do you love the people you live with? Obviously, these are questions to keep to yourself. Do you love what you do for fun? Do you love yourself? How do you give yourself love? How do you receive love? Interesting question. Do you love yourself? I bet you could have a laundry list of what you love about some of your favorite people. How long would that list be if you wrote down a list of how much you love about yourself? In fact, while you're doing nothing this afternoon, write down a list. What do you love about yourself? And do it in the same way as if you were thinking of somebody else. So it's like stand outside yourself, look at yourself. You've got two views of yourself. You know who you are. And you know all your quirks and foibles and what you put up with and what you don't. And everyone says, oh, you're great. You go like, yeah, whatever. If somebody sees something in you, why don't you accept that? Why don't you give yourself the same grace that you give to somebody else? Check into it. Write down what you love about yourself. And then put it somewhere where you see it every once in a while. How did that make you feel good? And that feeling is love. That kind of love that is expansive. That kind of love that you feel outside of the confines of your body. Get in line with the bigness of the universe. Do you know what your love languages are? Have you heard of these love languages? It's supposed to be 5 of them. Now there's 7. I don't know. I like 5 as a handful. I can handle that, one handful. Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. That's probably 10, because some of those are how do you receive love? How do you like to receive love? And the other one's how do you like to give love? And it's okay that they're different. In fact, it's okay whatever it is that you come out with, but it's nice to know. You go online and take a love language test. It's fun to do it with a partner. It's fun to do it by yourself. And you understand yourself just a little bit more. And understanding, we get to love ourselves more. From the Signs of My textbook. Ultimately, we shall see that the universe rests on the shoulders of love, that God is love, and that all the errors of man are the result of ignorance of his true nature. The happy outlook of life is always constructive. The understanding heart is filled with sympathy and helpfulness towards all. An evolved soul judges no one, condemns no one, but realizes that we are all on the same road of experience, seeking the same goal, and that each ultimately must find their home in heaven. So there's two things. I pointed out the evolved soul judges no one. That's a human foible. You know, spirit doesn't judge. Gus doesn't judge. For some of you new people, Gus, God, universe, spirit. My buddy's Gus, we hang. So Gus doesn't judge. Why do we? And then there's also this other little thing about when we judge something about somebody else, we are seeing something in a mirror that reflects on us, and we don't really care for it. So we put it out on somebody else. Makes us feel better. I just thought I'd throw that in. Think about that. See, I was in the moment, I forgot what I was going to say a minute ago. The Bible says to love your neighbor as yourself, like 3 or 4 times. Do you? See, so what I'm thinking is that if we don't love ourselves, how can we love our neighbor? We can't give away what we don't have. And then just went a little bit farther than that. If we don't love ourselves, therefore we can't love our neighbor. Does that have something to do with why there's so much strife in the world? So is that a simple fix that we can actually mitigate much of the hate in the world just by understanding who we are, giving ourselves grace, and finding the love that we are, and apply it to ourselves? Then we can love our neighbor as ourselves, and the world just gets a little bit more peaceful. Here's another one. Do you treat yourself as well as you treat your loved ones? Yeah, I don't know. When a loved one does something that's a mistake, right? Give them a break. Oh, that's okay. That's only my favorite vase, that's okay. But if you broke it, you know, the monster comes out.
Or your father.
The what?
Or your father.
Or mother.
Or both. And then what do you say to yourself? And would you ever say that to anybody else? Why do we do that? Why do we put up with that? Here's one real simple fix to that. Because one of the things you might say is, I'm so stupid. I've actually heard people say that. I am such an idiot. Do you know the power of the word that comes after I am? So in the moment, you know, you're going to have to work on this, but instead of saying, I'm so stupid, what if you just said, that was stupid? Simple switch. Because you're not stupid. You're not an idiot. You might have done something you didn't really want to do, and which is okay. You know, we're human. We make missteps. But we are not anything but true love, anything but true spirit. So stupid isn't one of them. Let's give ourselves the benefit of the doubt like we do to our friends and our family. Just calm down for a minute. It's just something that happened. Remember? It's just a little piece of turbulence. It'll pass. Great wisdom over don't cry over spilled milk. It's already done. perpetuate that less than perfect situation. Let it go. Give yourself some love. We have a word for love here in American English language. You know what that is? Love. And that means everything. That means I love you. That means I love chocolate. It means I love a walk on the beach. It means cartoons and songs. Everything that we kind of more than like, we throw the word love out. It almost starts to diminish the word a little bit because it doesn't really mean anything anymore. The Greeks, for instance, but before I get there, so using that word love, do you love your chocolate as much as you love your partner? I don't know. Chocolate doesn't talk back. So there are different kinds of love. The Greeks actually, for that instance, have 6 different names for different kinds of love. One of them is filial love, deep friendship. That's the I love you, man, kind of love. Ludus, playful love, flirtatious love. Maybe a little wink and a nod in there somewhere. But that's fun. That's uplifting. It might lead to something which is cool. But go out dancing is ludus love. When you're uplifted by something going on around you. Ludus. And there's something called pragma. This is the kind of love that comes after adventures, after years of being together, after you know somebody and you live with them and you understand them and you get them and you love them anyway. One of the best examples is Fiddler on the Roof. Anyone ever see that show? Remember that song, Do You Love Me? And how they came up, leading up to that tune? That's pragma love. That's deep. That's respect. That's love. That's caring. That's all of it. Philotia, the love of self. And there's 2 of these. There's one that's maybe a little bit over the top. Narcissistic love. I'm all that in a bag of chips, and I'm going to let you know that. I love me, right? And then there's a real healthy love of self where you kind of know who you are and you accept it and you go out and you just be. And that's a good thing. And there's eros, sexual passion. And the Greeks were afraid of this one because under the specter, if you will, of the god Eros, they would lose control. You know how you are. Well, I hope you know how you are in moment of passion. And I'm thinking, wouldn't that be great? Isn't that kind of what we're looking for? Is just that losing control and love and being all in that moment, all in. That's an Eros kind of love. And then there's agape, the universal, unconditional love of everything, always. That's kind of what we ascribe to. It's kind of what we're signing up for. It's kind of what we think we're part of. And kind, 3 kinds, 4 kinds, I kind of think that we're kind of on that journey so that we can actually identify the fact that we actually are all of that. Own that and live that. Can you think of any other ways that you might be loved, that you might want to give love, that you might want to experience love? Think about love in all of its many splendid facets, all of its ideas, how it applies to you, how you can share it. And the more you focus on that, the more you become it. And if you don't feel it for a minute, there's this idea of act as if. And we just own it. And we act as it, and after a while, it does become who we are. And when we are that, whether we know it or not, people feel it. And whether they know it or not, they pick it up. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So as you go through this next week, take note of the many variations of love that you see, and bask in it if you see it. There was this neat thing that some of the highest vibration of acts of kindness actually come from people who observed acts of kindness. That's how powerful these adventures can be. So when you see it, notice it, bask in it. And if you're lucky, you'll get some on you. I'm going to leave you with this quote from Father McCartney from the Church of Beatles. In the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Be love. And so it is. So it is. Want me to steal 30? Let's lock this in with a prayer. Knowing that one energy of the universe, knowing that one God, that one love. Did you feel it? Yeah, that's all there is, really. And I am so blessed, as I speak for everybody here, so blessed to know this, to be it, to live in it, to live as it. And as I know that it's true for me, I know that it's true for everybody here and everybody out there, that love is truly, truly all there is. And what I speak here tonight, today, this weekend, this week, is that we know in our minds that we are loved. And that we take that knowledge in our minds and work to put it in our hearts. And we do that, and then we are love, and we share love, we feel love. And what I know is that is the most beautiful way to be in this world, to share, to expand. And knowing this is the case, I plant these seeds of love out into the fertile fields that are the action and activity of the law itself, which only knows how to say yes to the seeds we plant. Watching these love seeds just grow and grow and grow into forests of light and love. Knowing that this is the truth as it is, I let it be. I expect it and I accept it. And if you'll lock it in with me by saying, and so it is. So it is.
And so it is. Dave Friedman. I know. I wanted to add something here to what Dave just said. And would you repeat after me? Love is now.
Love is now.
Again, love is now.
Love is
And
now.
something I read earlier. God's time for your demonstration is now. God, thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. Well, listen, before we break up this meeting, Dave has some music he'd like to do for us. And he's trying to get away right now. He said he could play the piano. So you have to come over here. Dave, what are you going to play for us today, Dave?
Music, Bill.
Music, all right.
I do have a song for y'all, and a little bit of a different version. think this is a song that can't be played too many times. So I'm gonna try. That's right, it's fun this weekend, huh? Can you hear me through this thing, or do we need to use this?
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
it's on.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days and dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow are so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow are so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than you or I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, yeah, I think to myself, when I think about it, I just know to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you very, very much. That was fun, and I watched everybody, or a lot of people, singing along. Huh? Wasn't that fun? So, come back anytime.
Okay, I'm gonna come back right now and plug you back in.
Very good, yeah. Wow. All right, phew, what a wonderful day, huh? What a wonderful experience. Right now, it's time for our offertory, so if you would, Eloise, come up here and say a few words for us.
Repeat after me. I am love.
I am love.
I am rich.
I am rich.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I give and receive abundantly.
I give and receive abundantly.
And now it's time for your donations, your tithes, your gifts to this center. And we have our usher, Gail, who is going to be coming around to the whole room, so be prepared. And we'll be singing at the same time, I am so blessed. And Brian will be singing with us. Good boy, Brian.
Well, I'm exhausted. This was a big day. We had some wonderful speakers, we had some beautiful music, and we have some blessings right here, right now, in this very room. So we thank you. So there's nothing left to do. Have we got some refreshments? We've got some coffee this morning. And we'd like to have you stick around for a minute or two and say hello. Thank you. There's not anything left to do now but to circle up if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. And we'll do our peace song. Let there be peace on earth. And it goes something like this.
Something like this. Like this.
A lot like that.
There we go. Like that.
Are you gonna turn me on so I can say something at the end here?
This